So, Shane, you know, I've been pretty down on Devil May Cry. I mean, you've gone to Japan a couple times to Tokyo game shows and just seen the game. And, you know, I always I see the footage, I'm like,
You've never really been a fan of Devil May Cry.
Oh, no, I've been a fan, but I just never thought...
Okay, which ones have you played?
I played them all, but I'm just saying that I didn't think, like, I was hoping like this big graphical leap when I saw Devil May Cry 4. And when I first saw it, I was like, not really. But I'd say after seeing it more and more and more, it's finally starting to look like the game I was hoping it would be.
Well, I think what happened was they showed the game really early, and you know, we've been seeing this game for well over a year now, and it's come a long way. Like the same level that you saw when they first showed this at TGS 2 years ago, we're now seeing it. It looks a lot better. You're seeing how smooth it is, how much fun, how deep this game is, and people forget Devil May Cry is a solid franchise. 1 and 3 are both like really, really good games, and this looks to be as good as those.
Capcom came by with it a little while ago, and we actually got to play both 360 and PS3. And the first thing I noticed, the PS3 one looked better to me.
Really?
Like it's funny, like to see some games like that. This you can tell this game is built for PS3. It's being moved over to 360. At least that's the impression I got when I saw the footage. I thought that as right now the PS3 version looks better and runs better than the 360 version. Like I saw a little screen tearing in the 360 version, and even like people who were playing it felt like it felt better on the PS3 controller.
That's what you've been hearing. Because of the bumpers and the triggers, the moves are easier to pull off on the DualShock 3 or the 6-axis versus the 360 controller.
Not the 360 version looks bad at all. I'm just saying, like, when they were going through, they were flipping through like just the inputs so we could see the different levels. I felt that just crispness overall. That I would buy the PS3 version as of right now. Unless I hear something different when it's time for review.
Hey, this is the first game using their new engine. You know, we've seen Dead Rising, we've seen Lost Planet, and when you see how bad Lost Planet looks on PS3, and that's a port over from 360. Between that and this, and see Devil May Cry be almost the same across both. It's encouraging to see Capcom finally is getting next-gen development really ramped up, and not just like up-res PS2 kind of stuff.
Yeah, personally, I think Devil May Cry 4 looks better than Ninja Gaiden 2.
I agree. Like when I finally got to see Ninja Gaiden 2, I was like, that's all there is. And sure, it's bloody, but it looks a lot like a Team Ninja game.
I mean, I was like, size of the bosses. I mean, you've all seen like the fire boss, you know, from all the, but like we saw this like plant thing. It's like moving around the screen as fast as you can. You have to like open up its hit point, like its weak spot, and like you use the Devil Bringer like kind of bring you up to close it, and you whack at it forever. It just overall, I thought visually just wowed me more than Ninja Gaiden.
Who the hell are you? Glad I got your attention. I was beginning to feel a little ignored.
You may jest, but the kindest fate I offer is to unify and spend eternity with a child of mine!
And one thing I noticed was weird was that, one thing I thought is Nero was going to be the main character. He still is, but you do play 40% of the time with Dante. So people who are like, oh, I want to play as Dante, play as Dante.
But how different are Nero and Dante? The fact they look almost identical. I mean, Nero has the special arm, and that's what's making his gameplay different, correct?
I think that's the big difference. In terms of what he has, in terms of like his weapon set is very limited. He has the Devil Bringer, and he has his one gun and stuff. But Dante's the one who has kind of all the tricks. Like he definitely has.
Does Dante have all the styles he had in DMC3?
Yeah. So and the thing is now, remember you could only before a mission or at save points you could switch to different styles. You can actually change those on the fly.
Well, yeah.
So
the fact that Devil May Cry has real-time weapon switching and real-time form switching now, and you see Ninja Gaiden 2, you're still going to a sub-screen, pausing the action, changing weapons. So it isn't as seamless, and because of that, I think DMC4 could actually out Ninja Gaiden 2 and Ninja Gaiden 2 in terms of pure combat depth and gameplay and reaction times.
Devil May Cry 2 is too easy. Devil May Cry 3 is way too hard. And one thing they're doing differently is there's a tutorial in the beginning. So actually, the game starts out with you fighting Dante as Nero.
So, you're looking to play, huh? Alright, I guess I got some time to kill.
But then there's also this other mode. Basically, I don't want to say it's like beginner mode. Someone who maybe isn't as talented like at the Ninja Gaiden games, or wants to kind of play more of just like God of War kind of hack and slash and go all the way through. There is a mode now for people who just kind of want to experience the Devil May Cry game and not aren't so into like coming up with the greatest combos in the world. So the game seems like it's more user friendly and it's more mainstream, and for the people who want it that way, which is I think is a nice nice alternative, because they're so used to wanting to make the game so freaking hard. So it's a nice kind of balance.
One thing I wish had changed is the tone of the narrative. I mean, as much as I like Devil May Cry, the story and the cutscenes, it's just laughable. It's bullshit. Like, seriously, it's the same stupid one-liners. All the dumb characters come back, Lady and Trish. Like, the world of Devil May Cry is kind of take it or leave it.
I'm new. Gloria.
I don't know, but are you really playing for the story?
Maybe cosplay people are.
You're Nero, right? I've heard rumors.
Hasn't everyone?
Quite a few, in fact, and none too flattering.
So, what's the deal? Where are they coming from?
It's strange. No matter the number you kill, more will come.
Yeah, I'm playing for the action, the graphics. It's just a fast, fun game, and you haven't really played anything like this. Like,
No,
not in a while.
Not in a long time. I mean,
I think this game is going to take a lot of people by surprise. I mean, Devil May Cry 1 was a huge hit. It was one of the first big character action games on PlayStation. A lot of people played PlayStation 2. But DMC 2, not as good, so it lost some fans. And DMC 3 was so hard that people slept on it, never played the special edition. So it's been a long time since DMC was like on everyone's mind. And I think this game's going to come out early next year, be very solid. There's really nothing even like it on Xbox 360. So I think it's going to be big.
I can't wait. I'm really excited for it. I was so down on it and like depressed when I first saw it, but like more and more I see it, especially after this time, I think it just looks really awesome.
Getting better. I would even go as far as to say that I underestimated your abilities.